All right, so I've cut that board. That's pretty simple. I've got this little tool, which is, see, I got it written here. This is a junior high shop. It says, this is not a sword. This is a narrow push stick, and I've designed this so it is off-centered so that I can go right in tight and I can cut something as thin as 3/8 of an inch. So I can get if I had the fence right over like that, I could then get right in there and push that through and make a very safe cut that way, okay? Little bird's mouth on that. The only problem is that I don't have the ability to keep it down like I do with this push stick, so you have to be much more vigilant on keeping the board down and being on top of the board. So now I've got a board that is cut on 4 surfaces, and now I want to do the last 2, 5 and 6. The feather board and magnetic hold down, really, really nice feature on this machine. The next thing I want to show you is cutting a larger board that we have here. Now the blade is stopped. I can put my hand in here now. I still don't like touching the blade unless I have actually shut off the machine on the front here. This is a saw stop. That means that if I touch the blade while it's in operation, the blade should stop. I don't want to be the one to test it out. However, I teach this machine as if it wasn't a saw stop. I teach the machine as if it was your regular garden variety table saw that doesn't have that feature in it. And I teach it to the students that way. They know that it has that feature, but they also understand that they're not going to see that feature in every industrial situation, or definitely not in every home situation. They're going to see older table saws, and they have to recognize where the safety is with those types of machines. All right, so the buzzer says I gotta go and do something different, so I'm gonna cut this board here. And this is just a piece of plywood. Again, I'm going to measure it ahead of time with my tape measure that I haven't hit the rivets down with. And it says here that this is, I'm gonna cut it to 25.5 inches. So I'll put it right here. I'm gonna move it over to 25 inches. Good. Okay. And then I have to make sure that the blade is the right height, because it's a new piece of wood. Lower it just a bit, not much. There we go. So, guard is in place, split is in place, kickback teeth are in place, the throat is the right height, the fence is locked down. Now, I have the feather board to put in place. Sometimes, especially in a junior high situation, you can have somebody else help with holding a board or putting the actual feather board into place. After that, that person will back out and get out of the yellow area, which we have demarcated around all the machines, so that the person who is operating the saw is doing it by themselves. They aren't doing it with somebody else, all right? So I've set it. I could check that measurement with a tape measure as well, just to make double sure that it is in the right measurement as well. I have the push stick here, ready to go. Everything is good. It's always good to double check your situation. No rulers hanging there. Nobody in my area. I've got my proper safety equipment on. The table saw is set up. The fence is locked down. Everything is ready. Now I can cut. Using the whole body, I'm watching there, not there. So I'm watching the fence. When I get to the table, I stop. Okay? Get my push stick, put it here. Put my hand on here and push it all the way through. Set it off and wait for it to stop. Now there's another rule. On the table saw and quite a few of the machines in the shop, they don't stop instantly. It's a very important thing to wait until the blade comes to a complete stop. This machine has a neat feature which most machines don't. It has a green flashing light. That light will flash green until the blade has stopped moving. When the blade stops moving, this green light will stop flashing, okay? I'll just turn it on and turn it off so you can see all the way. So when I turn it off, it flashes, and when it stops flashing, then you'll know that the blade is stopped. You might say, well, I can hear that it stopped. Well, when you're in a shop that's in operation with a lot of machines going all at once, it's hard to hear anything. And you definitely can't hear that the blade is stopped. And you can't see it because the plastic is fairly cloudy. I mean, these plastic guards are really good when they're brand new, but as they age, they definitely become not so clear. They're much more opaque. All right, so we've used the table saw to cut boards of plywood and large sheets, and we can use it for a lot of other different purposes. Today, I just wanted to teach ripping. Ripping means that I cut along the length of the grain, or I've cut through a piece of plywood. Either one of those, that's ripping. The other method would be cross-cutting, and that's a whole nother lesson. I'm not going to do that right now on the table saw. Suffice to say, we've used the table saw for what I want to use it for at this point in time with this junior high setting. Thank you.